You guys totally can't hear my guest. You can never hear my guest in the background at all when I first start. I totally had them muted like I always do. You totally didn't hear Mad Stork laughing at the start. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my guest, Mad Stork and Nora. Hello.
Hello. I'm a professional. I muted myself.
I'm not a professional, and neither is Stork, clearly.
I'm sorry. I'm picking out memes for tonight, and I'm laughing my ass off because some of these are really good.
Well, while you're laughing your ass off at memes, I gotta say, you know, because this is my first stream since yesterday. Everyone that missed the stream from yesterday should go and check that out. Those of you that missed it, I interviewed Ian Crossland. That was super cool. Really, really awesome to be able to talk to him. You guys should go and check that out. It's just Ian Crossland interview. It's on my YouTube and Rumble. I just wanted to shout that out real quick. What meme are you laughing at? Can we know the meme, or do we have to tune in later? Is this one that you can send me?
I don't know if you could show this on YouTube or not. I will send it to you though,
One of those.
and leave it up to your discretion on how you feel about this particular meme in this particular situation.
And that's being sent on the Discord. Okay.
Yeah. Give me a second. I have to find where this saves to because I have 2 download folders and Discord does weird shit. There you go.
What is this?
Takes a second, and then you realize.
You're saying I shouldn't show this on?
I don't know. I mean,
It's
probably
your show,
it's
dude.
fine.
It's your call.
I don't care. I'm showing it.
Do
I think
it.
it's funny.
Do it.
Okay, what does it say? I've never, you know, don't worry, I'll be gentle. Is that a bird? Is that a plane? What just happened? Thank goodness I was on top. Totally worth it. It's Superman. Mon Pa gonna kill me.
Oh God.
Okay, start.
Oh my.
And so again, I'm going through memes for tonight, like I said, and these are funny.
That took me back to not another scary movie.
It did totally with it.
Yep. That was literally that just in cartoon form. And I was like, all right.
You know,
Like I said,
that was
like I
funny, but
said,
I think the funniest part was that he had Batman boxers.
I
Yeah.
didn't notice that until it was actually on your stream. I was like, hold on a second.
No, it confused me for a second. I was like, wait, is it Batman?
It's Batman.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, okay, well, we don't need to elaborate on that. I want to pull up this story since it's already on screen. This is one that Stork wanted to update, it looks like, right? Texas camp leader waited
I wasn't
over
trying
an
to cover
hour.
it on your stream, but it is something I'm going to talk about tonight. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so Texas camp leader waited over an hour after the flood warning to evacuate. Camp Mystic leader, who did die trying to save small children, waited over an hour after the alert before starting evacuations. Do you want me to read the whole article, or?
No, it basically just amounts to the claim about the 24 feet and 40 minutes or 30 minutes or however long it was.
So he waited way too long, and then the rushing of water came in, essentially.
Yeah, essentially he could have evacuated earlier and it would have saved him, which is probably one of the reasons that he felt so bad, or I forget if it was a guy or a man or a woman who went in and saved them, essentially. I've read through quite a few articles today, so I'm sorry, information is jumbled at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it goes into detail about that. But apparently they had a flash flood warning, or not, I don't know if it was a warning or a watch, technically before the flood, that they had an opportunity to evacuate. That's a little bit of a question because I think the article uses warning, and I don't think the sirens went off and other things happened until the warning was actually issued. So they only had like 10 more minutes than what. So I've got a lot of questions there, but essentially they knew this was a possibility and was likely going to happen before it happened. And that's,
I mean, I've seen people talk about it before. There's a lot of times in some of these areas, you'll get these alerts and then you just kind of ignore it because it's like, oh, it won't affect me, and then the water starts rushing in, and you're like, oh shit.
I
Well-
started to feel like that where I am now, and then I went and got a Subway sandwich for the first time in like 3 years, or like maybe like a couple of weeks ago. And I was like, yeah, the sirens went off last night and everything. And the lady's like, I know. Have you been down the road down that way, like 2 miles? Because that's where the tornado stopped. And I was like, what?
That sound effect.
Yeah. Don't get us copyright struck, bro.
No,
Hey,
it's
whoa.
hey, it's a ringtone. Okay.
Although
There's
it did go
literally-
off right as I paused for like dramatic.
That's why it was funny.
But no, it stopped like 2 miles up, and the subway is like 1 mile up from where I am. So our tornado missed my house by like 3 miles, and maybe I shouldn't be ignoring them, but it was the first time I ignored one.
Well, you got to
So-
think about it. Like, I just literally went through a tsunami warning. It's the same thing. It's like I go through tsunami warnings all the time when we have big earthquakes. It's either you're going to ignore it or you're going to prepare for it. So we got the warning. I prepared my bags and I was ready to go. I can understand when these guys get the flood warnings, because we get flood warnings here too, and half the time I do ignore those because it's like it's not my area of town that I have to worry about. Tsunami, that's different. But
Like me in California with
it's
the
like
fire warnings, I ignore all of them because I'm far enough into town where it's like I'm in the middle of nowhere. What's gonna burn?
exactly. So
In the
they
desert.
have their. Everybody has their I'm just going to ignore it because it's not going to affect me, and then all of a sudden it's too late and you're just like, oh crap. So
But Joey talks about with a lot of just people politically, regardless of what side you're on, a lot of people are just like, oh, that doesn't affect me, I don't need to worry about it, and then eventually it
Mhm.
will affect you, so maybe you should worry about it.
exactly.
But I don't know. Do you have anything else to add, Stork?
I'm sorry, what? One more time?
You have anything else to add?
No, it's just something to cover tonight, and that's not the only follow-up news on anything. Like, basically tonight will just be a long list of follow-ups to stories that have been coming out over the last few weeks, and it's just kind of like,
It's hard to keep up.
well, it is, but like I've always made kind of statements about one of the problems with news, one of the problems, even with Tim to a certain degree, Timcast, Sargon, Crowder, any of these people that cover the news sphere kind of thing, they do a really good job with the initial story, but then there's follow-up 2, 3, 4 weeks later. And unless the follow-up is something sensational, something big, it's not really followed up on, and the media has almost kind of caught on to that being the trend. So what they do is release tiny little pieces, as little as they can, as often as they can, and that way there's never really a large change that makes a difference, that grabs people's attention. It's always these small incremental things, and by the time that this big story breaks, everybody's just like, oh.
Well, they do that because it's news overload. It's a stimuli overload. When you release little bit and little bit and little bit, everybody's like, oh well, I've already heard that. Even though it's something new, it's another little tidbit here and there, and so people are just like, oh, I already know that, and so the
Yeah.
story goes off to die. They do it on purpose.
Yeah, and that's kind of what it is I'm getting to. It's a little bit of that, a little bit of the other thing. And I mean, I've told this story on Chris's show, I think actually once or twice at this point, and I don't know if I have on your show, but essentially the reason that I got politically interested or involved was the Texas fires back in 2011, and CNN. It was millions of acres burning, like 50 to 100,000 acres burn in California. It's international news plastered on every wall everywhere. 7-8 million acres burn in Texas back in 2011. They gave it 5 minutes on a CNN show when they interrupted the royal wedding to get back to their week-long coverage of it. And that's what made me politically active, essentially. I was like, my home is on fire, and you guys are spending a week or actually 2 weeks, I think. And it goes and spirals under there, and I won't get into too much more of it, but it's just literally when I walked down the hallway to another teacher's office, I sat there and I said, hey, why aren't they covering this? And the teacher just looked at me, deadpan, said, we can't always cover the tragic news. Sometimes we have to cover the lighthearted stuff because the rest of it's just so bad. And I just sat there and I thought, okay. And I accepted that. And at the end of the week, the wedding happened, moved on. Immediately, like a small wildfire was going on in California. They covered that shit for a fucking week.
That's what made you politically active. Yeah.
I literally, it broke my, like the juxtaposition literally broke my mind. I couldn't deal with it anymore. So that what you're talking about with what this and what it is I'm talking, it's literally that got me politically active. So I feel like I should be following up on these stories because
I try to follow up when I do see follow-ups on it, even if it is just a small one. There's been streams where I mention it real briefly. I'll be like, oh, this happened, a follow-up. Anyway, carrying on.
Yeah. Anyhow.
And we'll move on. Melted Mind Media, shout out to Melted Mind in the chat. He said he thought he would stop by and support. Appreciate it. Haven't seen you in the chat in a minute. Yeah, we miss you, Melted. Where you at? I know you're a busy man, but we miss you. Anyway, let's move on to the next story. So I was like going through Trump's Truth Social. It's really funny watching like mainstream media sources now pulling up our president's social media post and covering them.
Yeah,
like,
that is funny.
Like I know I'm reporting the news and I'm doing that too, but I don't know. It just feels different watching them on like broadcast television. Anyway, the House approves $9 billion cuts package, including an atrocious NPR and public broadcasting, where billions of dollars a year were wasted. Republicans have tried doing this for 40 years and have failed. No more. This is big. So Congress sends $9 billion spending cuts package to Trump's desk after late night House vote. House Speaker Mike Johnson secures victory as GOP uses rare fiscal tool to block USAID public broadcasting funds. Congress is officially sending a package detailing $9 billion in spending cuts to President Donald Trump's desk minutes after midnight on Friday. The bill, called a rescissions package, was approved by the House Representatives in a late night 216 to 213 vote. Looks like 2 Republicans voted against it, Brian Fitzpatrick and Mike Turner. Friday was also the deadline for passing the legislation. Otherwise, the White House would have been forced to re-obligate those funds. So this was like right on the deadline. It was interesting. But so they say it's a victory for House Speaker Mike Johnson, but it's mostly a symbolic one. The spending bill cut was largely seen by Trump allies as a test run for the fiscal clawback process not used in more than 2 decades. The bill tonight is part of the, so this is a quote, the bill tonight is part of the continuing that trend of getting spending under control. Does it answer all the problems? No, but $9 billion, I would say, is a good start. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise said during the debate on the bill. What do you guys think?
I think it's one of the more significant things.
Yeah, it's basically NPR and USAID funding being cemented. Their cuts are being cemented. So I do think this is a big win. It's definitely a big win. And now that they have done this, I'm looking forward to seeing if they'll do it again. They'll do it for more things. Because like they said, it's been a very long time. It's been decades since they've used this tool in government, which is clawing back taxpayer funds from places that don't need it anymore. So hopefully we see more of it. I think it's a really good story to see today.
Well, I think this is the first step into mending the breakup, and I just hope for all of us children, mommy and daddy can get back together.
Yes, mommy and daddy need to stop fighting already.
I agree.
I don't really know where else to go from there. We know what some of the cuts are. We don't know what all of the cuts are. We still don't know where the budget for all of this crap is going. They were handling some discretionary spending with some of these fundings. I don't think we're really going to know what the true impact of this is for years, and that's part of the problem. And until we have a constant monitor watching shit like this, it's just going to end up bad again.
Yeah. So it says when this is signed by Trump, it will block $8 billion in funding to the U.S. Agency for International Development, and it'll block an additional $1 billion that was allocated to the NPR, the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, for the remainder of the fiscal year. Those dollars had been allocated by Congress for the duration of the fiscal year. Republicans celebrated it as a victory for cutting off the flow of U.S. taxpayer dollars to what they called woke initiatives abroad, while Democrats accused the right of gutting critical foreign aid. We've been covering this for a while. USAID was a bunch of bullshit and fraud, so I'm perfectly fine with seeing it gone.
A lot of this was circuitous funding for a lot of Democrats and Democrat-held stocks, businesses, and everything.
Mhm.
So again, we don't know really what this. I mean, we've hopefully pinched it off a little bit so that it's a tinier amount going in a circle. But we have the same stuff going on the right wing, essentially, with the Department of Defense budget, all of these other countries that we fund. Like, we give money to Israel. Israel spends the money on U.S. weapons, and the same thing's happening, essentially, just more blatantly and upfront. It's like that Malcolm X quote. Or Democrats will tell you they're going to help you and lie to your face, but really do it another way, and the Republicans will be honest about what it is they're doing to screw you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's kind of it. And I mean, I know I'm not exactly one of those guys that looks like he's going to be quoting Malcolm X out here, but no, it looks. That's exactly what's going on with a lot of this money, and the Defense Department needs to be cut. All of this needs to be cut. It's just bloat.
Yeah.
I'm not reading chat today. I apologize. So anyone who says anything to me or anything, Tyler, you're going to have to give me a heads up. I'm still looking at wonderful, beautiful memes.
What's called the chat's not super active today. Melted was the last one to chat. We do have a YouTube chatter. Amber's talking about actually the next story that we're going to be going into, the letter released by Wall Street Journal talking about Donald Trump's supposedly he sent a letter to Epstein.
Good gravy.
Yeah, and Trump is already planning to sue them. He's alleging that it's fake. Let me transfer over to here. Let's see. So it says here that the Wall Street Journal printed a fake letter supposedly to Epstein. These are not my words, not the way I talk. Also, I don't draw pictures. I told Rupert Murdoch it was a scam, that he shouldn't print this fake story, but he did, and now I'm going to sue his ass off. And that is and that of his third-rate newspaper. Thank you for the attention to this matter. I fucking hate when he says that. So yeah, let's actually jump into that story. So Straight Arrow News, really, really good news site. They have like multiple stories within this one, but the Epstein chunk is right here. So Trump orders Epstein jury testimony release, and they talk about the other stuff here. So just as President Trump tries to put the Epstein controversy behind him, two new headlines are dragging it right back into the spotlight. One from the Wall Street Journal claims that Trump once signed a Baldy birthday letter to Jeffrey Epstein. The other is a sudden order from the president calling for the release of grand jury testimony related to the Epstein case. Trump announced the move late Thursday, calling the Epstein saga a scam that he says was pushed by the Democrats. See, this is why I think I've told Joey my theory that the reason he's so like against the releasing of this stuff is because he's a narcissist. He thinks all of it's about him. And then you have stories like this where they're like, oh, Trump has a weird letter to Epstein. He just thinks it's all about him. That's what he's responding to at this point, I think. I don't think he's responding to the releasing of like other people like Bill Gates or Prince Andrew on the list. I think he's responding to him being on the list. And he's like, no, there's no evidence. It's all fake. The Democrats faked it. Like, that's what he's actually responding to.
Yeah. So,
which still doesn't look good on him, because he doesn't know how to explain things. He's never been good with words. Trump directed Attorney General Pam Bondi to seek court approval to unseal the transcript, something legal experts say is highly unusual and could take months. The timing is notable. Just hours earlier, Trump furiously denied the Wall Street Journal's exclusive reporting that he once signed a risque birthday message to Epstein, printed inside this outline of a nude woman. The drawing, according to the paper, featured a depiction of breast with the name Donald scribbled in the groin area. Surrounding that were several lines of typewritten text ending with the line "Happy Birthday" and many the quote on the line was "Happy Birthday and may every day be another wonderful secret." That is allegedly what Donald Trump wrote to Epstein, is what the Wall Street Journal is alleging.
Ooh. It was typed, not handwritten. Oh my goodness.
But it was what's called? I think it was the drawing. So it was a hand drawing though, and then the name Donald scribbled in the groin area. So I don't know. Seems fake.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like anybody can do that.
Right.
I'm just going to be real honest. That nothing about that sounds like Trump.
No.
Well, that's what he said. He said it's not the way I talk. It's not my walk. Like I don't even draw.
Well, no, I mean like.
Well, when have you ever heard of Donald Trump drawing anything for anybody? Ever?
That's my point. Why would like?
Melted said that there was way more written than that in the letter. It was written like a two-way conversation, but they have stopped mentioning that. Oh.
Yeah. It's like a whole thing, and I mean,
It's just fake.
I'm sure somewhere at something he's done like a little back and forth, like with himself, pretending to be somebody. But I can't think of the time when he did that. I'm sure it exists.
So the card was.
I mean, he's given 3-hour speeches, like doing. At some point, I'm sure he got a little.
I mean, so allegedly the card was from 2003, and it was for Epstein's 50th birthday, prior to his conviction on charges of sex trafficking. So we just read this. The Wall Street Journal printed the fake letter.
Well, we know that they had a semi-casual relationship because he's been at Mar-a-Lago. They've been at parties. They've run into each other. That is documented.
He was very good friends with Ghislaine Maxwell's father, Ghislaine Maxwell. So
he was an investor in properties and stuff like that. So yeah, they had a business type relationship. And I also know that as soon as he crossed the line, Trump kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago and banned him from all of his properties.
That's what everybody says, yeah.
Well, no, it's very well documented. He was physically removed by the police.
Oh yeah, it's well documented that all of that happened. But can you imagine hanging out with some guy and being really good friends with him, and meeting his daughter and being like, "Hey, how you doing?" All that, and then growing up and finding out that she's hanging out with this sex pervert all the damn time.
Melted
like
said
realistically, that's realistically what happened.
Melted in the chat said that Trump is outright lying about not being able to draw. He actually sold a skyline of New York painting for $30K.
Lying, that's different though.
Drawing and painting, I mean, I don't know.
Well, architects do it. So skyline is architecture. That it goes under, like you can do that with a ruler and a straight edge. So I don't know. It doesn't mean that I don't know. It doesn't mean that he's gonna sit there and draw naked bodies in a card for somebody. I was like, has anybody ever come forward with any other birthday card that Trump has ever done stating, oh, he drew a heart or he drew something? Like, I'm known for drawing a balloon heart in family cards.
Okay, that's not a painting.
No.
No, this isn't a painting. He drew it.
That may or may not look like a bunch of phalluses and or middle fingers.
It looks like a bunch of middle fingers. He's like, fuck you, give me $30K.
Yeah.
Dude, it looks like a
Eh,
child drew it.
I know. I was like,
Are we sure this
eh.
wasn't just like embezzling money? Like this wasn't just a transfer of money? Like I scribbled a picture, give me 30K? It's
Maybe he doodled and signed it, and somebody's like, "Oh, I want to sell this now."
okay, but so this is to the point though that he is lying about not being able to draw. Like that's a drawing. That's not
Well,
a painting. He may have used paintbrushes, but that's a drawing.
No. He can't draw, and that's the proof right there.
You know, yeah, you're right. He's right. You're right. He can't draw. Clearly,
He can't draw. There's the proof.
there's the proof right there. No, literally.
It just, yeah. So
Well, okay. Anyway, let's see. What else did he talk about? No, I clicked it. That's not good. It's gonna make me. Okay, it didn't make me go to the top. He keeps talking about, which I know Joey will have a lot to say about this, but he keeps talking about Jerome Powell, and he wants to replace the guy at the reserve. Too late in the Fed are choking out the housing market with their high rate, making it difficult for people, especially the young, to buy a house. He is truly one of the worst appointments. Sleepy Joe saw how bad he was and reappointed him anyway. And the Fed board has done nothing to stop this numbskull from hurting so many people. In many ways, the board is equally to blame. The USA is rocking. There's very low inflation, and we deserve to be at 1%, saving $1 trillion a year on interest cost. I can't wait to tell you how dumb too late is. So bad for our country. Well, as Matt Stork rightfully pointed out today, that houses wouldn't be so goddamn expensive if we didn't have millions of people here that shouldn't be.
dude, for whatever reason, I took the wife to work, and a lot of times I will pull up like a video or something to put on, like for my drive back from taking her to work, because we don't listen to political stuff when I'm taking her to work. And then I put it on, and I look at like 3 or 4 videos about birth rates and housing costs and other kinds of crap, and I'm just like, there's like, okay. And so I put on something, went back to sleep for like an hour or two, woke back up, pulled up X for some reason. I never check X. And like the first thing I see is this thing about Japan, like taxing people for not having kids. And I'm like, for fuck's sake, seriously? And then like I'm going through more and I'm just like, no. And I don't know if Ruby or you have ever heard me make this point about shit before, but it's either Tombstone or Wyatt Earp, one of the two movies, and it specifically discusses the cost of the houses throughout the entire movie. And if you look up what the wage was like of the house, or at that time that the house was being bought and stuff, you could pay off a house in like 3 months of wages. Like you could save for 3 months, have enough money to buy a house in 3 months.
Yep.
And then by the end of the movie, because of the gold rush and the silver rush and everything else and everything, basically the cost of the house had creeped from 2 or 3 months of wages all the way up to in like a year of wages. So we went from 2 or 3 months of wages to a year of wages over a 15-year span or whatever that the entire movie takes. But I think it's Wyatt Earp, actually, now I'm thinking of it, because it deals with a lot more of the timeline kind of thing. So it's like 15 years of history. And by the end of the movie, it's literally right at about a little over a year worth of wages to buy a house.
Yeah, think about how long it takes now.
Well, I mean, like seriously, like the average income in the United States is like the per person income or whatever is still only like $50,000, and it's let's say a moderate house in a cheap neighborhood may go for 300. Okay, so take 300 divided by 50. That's how much we're talking about. We're talking about 6 years worth of fucking work on that shit. And people are like, no, it's the fact that we fucking keep immigrating people and we don't build houses fast enough. We'll build apartments. No, that's not the fucking answer, you dipshit. Sorry. This is literally how my day started today. Twice. Started that way twice. Joey, can you imagine waking up, seeing some shit that you didn't want to see, and then seeing that shit when you wake up a second time?
Could you imagine something happening to you 109 times?
I could imagine getting
know.
rated by Outworld Live and then having him on my show.
Yeah, crazy.
Ew.
Crazy.
Can you put me underneath? Can you put me underneath the desk?
Oh, oh my, Joey.
Joey wants you to Monica Lewinsky him.
I could,
Oh my
I could put your
goodness.
camera under the desk for sure.
I need
Oh
the
my
rub.
goodness.
Move the desk up and then put the camera. Like,
There you
right
go.
There.
There
I'm
you
not,
go.
not doing all that right now, but anyway. Let's see. Was there anything else in his? Oh yeah. Here was another comment from Trump going back to Epstein. Oh, I went to the wrong screen. You guys' face got zoomed in. You're welcome. Sorry, Joe. You get the cuck chair. So Trump again commenting on Epstein. If there was a smoking gun on Epstein, why didn't the Dems, who controlled the files for 4 years and had Garland and Comey in charge, use it? Because they had nothing. No, it's because that evidence would have gotten them in trouble too.
Yeah. Well, why, again, he's doing this thing again where he's just relating it to like him, like it's something him related. Like this is why this is like such a huge miss, is because the way he's talking makes it sound like he's guilty, even though like the reason why he's doing this is because he thinks people are doing it just to get at him, and it's like no.
Well, did you hear the newest story from Wall Street Journal that we just talked about?
No, I
We,
didn't.
we literally just talked about it. Wall Street Journal released a letter that he allegedly sent to Epstein in 2003 that said like happy birthday and like another year to like our secrets or something like that. What was it? Oh, happy birthday and may every day be another wonderful secret. This is supposed to be what Donald Trump said to Epstein in a letter for his birthday.
That sounds like Donald Trump had a knowledge on what was going on, and it sounds like my theory.
Yeah. I'll send you the article. You can cover it, but judging from what we are reading, it sounds absolutely fake. So, he says he's gonna sue them. Hopefully, he does. He should.
I mean, yeah, if it's fake, then he should sue them, or else it's going to look like it's real. So he kind of has to sue them.
Yes, I look forward to getting Rupert Murdoch to testify in my lawsuit against him and his pile of garbage newspaper, the Wall Street Journal. That'll be an interesting experience. And then Trump says, big signing at 2:30 in the White House. Congratulations to our great Republicans for being able to accomplish so much, a record in such a short period of time. All the Democrats do is complain and criticize and get nothing done. They're a party of the past. Everybody should watch Sean Hannity tonight. What if I don't want to?
Fuck no. There he goes again. Giving them fucking interviews to Sean motherfucking Hannity, bro. I keep saying it. All he does is give interviews to Sean Hannity. Why?
Because he wants to, Joey.
I guess so.
Because Hannity will fluff him, right?
Exactly.
Next, I want to jump to, and I do want to jump to another story. Did you have something else to add, Joey?
No, I was just saying Hannity knows all the right spots to hit for Trump. That's why. Nobody do me like you do me, Hannity.
So did Pete Hegseth, but now he's just in the administration.
Turn the auto gain off for me, by the way.
Anyway,
Yeah,
let's see. So this is the big story that likely all the commentators will at least mention today. This is the big drop from Tulsi Gabbard. Fox News posted it first. Obama admin manufactured intelligence to create the 2016 Russia election interference narrative, documents show. There was a treasonous conspiracy in 2016 committed by officials at the highest level of our government. That is a quote from Tulsi Gabbard. So, the
Clutching
Obama
my
administration...
pearls.
Sorry?
I said, clutching my pearls.
The Obama administration manufactured and politicized intelligence to create the narrative that Russia was attempting to influence the 2016 presidential election, despite information from the intelligence community stating otherwise, Fox Digital has learned. The Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, Friday declassified documents revealing overwhelming evidence that demonstrates how after President Donald Trump won the 2016 election against Hillary Clinton, then President Barack Obama and his national security team laid out the groundwork for what would be the years-long Trump-Russia collusion probe. Documents have revealed that in the months leading up to the November 2016 election, the intelligence community consistently assessed that Russia was probably not trying to influence the election by using cyber means. One instance was on December 7th, 2016, weeks after the election. Then Director of National Intelligence James Clapper talking points stated, foreign adversaries did not use cyber attacks on election infrastructure to alter the U.S. presidential election outcome. So that's Obama's administration coming to the conclusion That was before he even got into office. So that's Obama's administration coming to the conclusion that the Russians didn't do anything. For the record.
So, but that's fake news, though. That sounds like a Democrat hoax. The Russians do everything. Okay.
But no, this is a part of the declassified. So this is declassified, Joey. This is not the talking point that they were going with at the time.
I know. But like the actual documents show that have been declassified that
Correct.
They were wrong.
Yes.
But I'm saying no.
Much
what
worse
I'm
than
saying
that.
is this. I'm relating this back to Trump saying the Epstein stuff is a hoax. So
No.
the story was a hoax, and then they hid it basically under the declassification shit.
So you're actually wrong, Joey, because it's actually much worse than that. We're gonna get into this. The declassified information that Tulsi Gabbard released openly shows that she has evidence. Obama directly knew that this was fake, knew that it was a lie, and directed his intelligence community to act or go forward with it anyway. So she has evidence to show that Obama directly was acting against the next president.
Yep.
I mean,
this is huge. This is huge.
Official. No, it's official. But what I was just saying, I was making a joke about how.
No, I get where your joke, but
it's a hoax.
I get.
And I'm like, well, the official documents show.
It doesn't quite relate. I mean, maybe it does. We'll have official documents saying that Epstein actually did have a list, but the official narrative will be that there isn't.
What I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he's saying the opposite of what,
So it goes on to say that we assess that the Russian and criminal actors did not impact recent U.S. elections results by the conducting malicious cyber activities against election infrastructure. The presidential daily brief stated, Russian government-affiliated actors most likely compromised an Illinois voter registration database and unsuccessfully attempted the same in other states. So they knew exactly what Russia was doing, and they're like, no, they didn't. They were unsuccessful. But the brief stated that it was highly unlikely the effort would have resulted in altering any state's official vote record or vote results. So even the one in Illinois wouldn't have had an impact, is what they're saying. Criminal activity also failed to reach the scale and the sophistication necessary to change election outcomes. That's in relation to the Russian interference. The brief noted that the Office of the Director of National Intelligence assessed that any Russian activities probably were intended to cause psychological effects, such as undermining the credibility of the election process and candidates. So they weren't actually trying to alter things. They were trying to make people think they were. The brief stated that cybercriminals tried to steal data and interrupt election processes by targeting election infrastructure, but these actions did not achieve. Okay, they're just like keep repeating themselves. Let's see, where does it go?
Because most of this information has already been known. It's just being verified and actually reported as official now.
Yeah, and Tulsi Gabbard has all the transcripts back from Obama's administration that she's now declassified.
It's just being verified, validified, everything essentially going through.
So this is the main point that I wanted to read here. The information we are releasing today clearly shows that there was a treasonous conspiracy in 2016 committed by the officials at the highest level of government. Their goal was to subvert the will of the American people and enact what was essentially a years-long coup with the objective of trying to usurp the president from fulfilling the mandate bestowed upon him by the American people. The egregious abuse of power and the blatant rejections of our Constitution by Obama-era officials threatens the very foundation and integrity of our democratic republic. Why'd she say democratic republic? It's a motherfucker. Anyway,
I mean, technically, that's the actual formal name for it is a democratic republic, which is why the first political party was called the Democratic Republic.
We're constitutional republic, but anyway.
Yes, but
we're supposed to be.
It's a form of democracy. A republic is a form of democracy.
No matter how powerful every person involved in this conspiracy must be, no matter how powerful every person involved in this conspiracy must be investigated and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law to ensure nothing like this ever happens again. The American people's faith and trust in our democratic republic and therefore the future of our nation depends on this. As such, I am providing all documents to the Department of Justice to deliver the accountability that President Trump, his family, and the American people deserve. So she's now handing over all of this to the DOJ. I'm looking forward to maybe we'll actually see people being held accountable for this. Imagine Obama getting retroactively impeached over this and charged.
I think he probably could be impeached. I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think he I don't think he will, but I think he should. Like, this is absolutely treasonous. It's funny. It's said time and time again. But what the Democrats accuse the Republicans of doing, they do themselves. Quite literally, every fucking time. It's crazy. I mean, it's not really crazy, but it makes me feel like I'm crazy. The news is right in front of us, and they're like, no, don't believe your lying eyes. It doesn't happen. I mean, we have this directly from Tulsi Gabbard. She released all this stuff herself. For months preceding the 2016 election, the intelligence community shared a consensus view. Russia lacked the intent and capability to hack the U.S. elections. All of this is on her Twitter. Go check out her Twitter. Obama officials immediately leaned on their allies in the media to advance their falsehoods. Anonymous IC sources leaked classified information to the Washington Post and others that Russia had intervened to hack the election in Trump's favor. Right, they were trying to make it seem like they wanted to. They had attempted it in some areas, not a major attempt, but they were just obfuscating details. It was like, it wasn't even like half truths. It was like a 1% truth. It was like, yeah, this thing happened, but it doesn't matter and has no effect. But we're not going to tell you that part. What's the chat saying? Everybody wants to chat now, huh? All of a sudden the chat gets active. You guys been chatting for a minute. Hang on. Let's see. Jengar says Ruby in all caps.
Hi, Jengar.
The government can usurp, murder, steal, and diddle, but if you take a piss in your own yard, you best get hard because you're going to jail. What do you mean by get hard in that shitty gov? What do you? The context confuses me a little bit. Why didn't they just do this instead of Trump turning on his base? I don't know. This isn't treason. It's subversive. No, this is treason. It's subversive and treason. You're looking to directly enact a coup against the next president. They used the Russia hoax to impeach him. Like, that's absolutely a coup, and that's treason.
Yeah.
Two wings, same shit bird, F the government. I mean, yeah, I still 100% agree with that. Had to support my girl, is what Jengar said. Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart movie, Get Hard. Damn, Tyler. Oh, I love that movie. Harden to the Gatum. This isn't treason, it's subversive by Fall Out Boy. Oh, what? Is that an actual song? Okay.
I think so.
Treason is when you're working with enemies of the state.
But who's to say that they weren't?
Yeah, who's to say that they weren't? I mean, look, she declassified everything, and the Department of Justice needs to look into it, so... We shall see. We shall see what happens. Where did Joey go?
I don't know. He disappeared.
Yeah, Joey was like, "Oh crap, they're coming for me."
Fuck off, kind of thing. So,
well, I wanna talk about this next story. Joey can talk about what we were just talking about later. I keep doing this. I have my windows on the wrong, all jumbled. That's a new window. That's why that's what I'm blaming it on. It's a new window. I'm getting jumbled. So that we have this. This has just happened. At least 3 deputies killed in an explosion at LA County Sheriff's Training Facility. There was, some people talking about it just because it is tragic. Basically, at a training facility, they were relocating an explosive device that was collected earlier in the day, and it detonated during moving it. There isn't much detail beyond that. 3 officers were killed. And at least 1 other individual was injured, but he was taken to the hospital. His condition isn't known, but they had to wait a while for an additional bomb squad to come out. And yeah, so this is it. It was basically just a tragic accident. The bomb had been recovered earlier in the day, and then shortly before 7:30 a.m., coming from the parking lot where the sheriff's bomb squad keeps its vehicles, they heard glass shattering and screaming. The sheriff dispatcher tells units that there was an explosion with 3 down. She later advises that the sheriff's weapons team leader said the investigators should not approach the scene. About 25 yards away from the facility, the windows of an SUV cruiser were blown out by the explosion. Damn. Yeah, it just sucks. I just wanted to report on it because this did happen this morning. It sucks when shit like this happens. Dangerous
Rest
job,
in
man.
peace. Damn.
And it's crazy too, because in the article it even says like, yeah, this is actually a regular occurrence. They commonly find bombs. They actually do. It's so, I didn't know this. It's so bad in LA that the bomb squad does daily sweeps where they recover explosives. That's how bad it
just
is
sad.
in LA.
It's almost like this is a story no one wants to talk about, Tyler.
Well,
That's
it's just
really
interesting.
sad.
Like, this is the story. The story is that 3 deputies died in the moving of the explosive. The story isn't that they daily do routines where almost every day they find explosives they have to recover.
It's almost like this is a story they don't want to talk about, Tyler.
I guess not. I guess not. What are your thoughts on this, Joey?
I don't know. I was dealing with home invaders.
Home invaders. Oh, your brother barged in?
Yeah, barged in a workout.
We're just talking about 3 officers. They just lost their lives, and basically an explosive device was recovered, and then they were at the facility at the police department, and they were transporting it to a place to detonate it safely. And in transporting it, they died.
Sounds like oh man, I should have made that joke. Sounds like
A little
when
too
you're
soon,
playing
Joey.
GTA.
It happened this
Sounds like
morning.
when you're playing. Sounds like when you're playing GTA and you failed the mission and you're like, crap, got to start over. I didn't get there in time.
Yikes, Joey.
Well, we got Barack Obama subverting the fucking the will of the United States, and he doesn't get arrested for it. I can't make these jokes. Get out of here. What did I say last night?
I'm actually going to take Nora's. I'm actually going to take Nora's position on this, and it takes time, Joey. We just had it sent to the DOJ. Let's at least wait a week or two.
It's too fresh. It's too fresh.
a little
The
too
wound
fre-
is still open.
Literally declassified it
now.
this morning. Let's take some time. He's not even impeached yet. Okay.
There's so many things, but like I said when I was ranting about Marxism the other day, there's so many things that these people do that are like they could be arrested for. They literally arrested people for quote unquote trespassing at the Capitol when they were ushered in. So they will go after normal citizens with the fullest extent of the law. Meanwhile, we need a laundry list of fucking shit on them to arrest them for anything. So he could be arrested for something. You could find something easily and arrest him.
Oh, what? Wait, Gavin Newsom just posted this.
What the?
Lights will guide you home unless you're on the flight log.
When you try your best,
Gavin Newsom got a better PR person than
Oh, I'm gonna
Donald
get
Trump.
copyrighted.
Newscom's better watch himself. Newscom's got some dirt on it, and people gonna bring it out.
It's just funny.
I mean, it
Oh
is a
my
calculator. Like he's kind of got to like do some sort of home run play because no one's going to give him any attention in the next election cycle. So
Yeah.
he's like, well, they're going to bring the dirt out on me, but maybe they don't.
Oh, look, see, Gavin's on him. Gavin's on him on this too. I never wrote a picture in my life. A sketch Donald Trump made of the Manhattan skyline is up for auction and sold for $30K. So even Gavin Newsom. Look, sorry guys, I'm about to side with Gavin Newsom on that one.
Gavin Newsom's got a good PR.
wait,
He
hold
must
on.
have a lot. What?
Matt Stork, that doesn't look like the same picture.
It's not the same picture.
That's not the same picture.
No.
Wait a minute.
That looks like a child colored in and traced.
Oh wait,
what it
that's
is that he did.
2004. Look, I wonder if his drawing got better. If this is a year after he wrote that to Epstein, what did it look like a year prior?
we have in Trump, what you see here artistically is an improvement in his shading and profiling techniques. This is the post-Epstein era. What you saw earlier was a depiction of his Epstein era, and now we have better detail and quality, and just the line work is so much better.
There
okay?
you go. Yep, I agree with that wholeheartedly. There you go.
Sorry, I was just scrolling through replies and
I one time bullshitted a Korean artist for like 5 minutes straight about what I thought of their artwork. I feel bad about it. I'm not going to tell you who it was and or what the subject matter is, just in case this video ever resurfaces.
Not like we know who to. I don't know any fucking Korean artist, so
I know,
Why?
but just on the odd chance that
Oh
somebody
my god, that's funny.
ever used this thing.
Gavin Newsom's on one.
it's all that time he's been spent hanging out with Steve Bannon doing interviews. Spicy.
Podcast is failing, so he's doing this.
Basically.
So is Michelle Obama's.
Oh, really?
Oh my god, did you guys see that clip that where they brought Barack on?
No.
It was
Oh yeah,
painful.
It's pretty funny. I have an AI generated video from things that we'll be covering tonight.
Oh, that was so painful.
It's definitely not something we can play on YouTube. Put it that way. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. It's beautiful.
You know what else
I'm
wasn't
sad.
almost played? What wasn't almost played was Tim Pool's Culture War show. It got canceled from
yeah.
a bunch of leftists online.
Oh my god.
He found
yeah.
out live on his show last night. They were talking about it, shouting it out. He went to go pull up the website and he's like, "Oh, it's gone."
I text Maddie at like 8:50 because somebody in the IRL chat had said that his event got canceled. So I like asked her because like I had no clue what I had to search for the email. So I was like, "Hey, did you see anything about this?" And then she's just like, "No." And then I'm like, "Oh, it's probably just like maybe this guy's credit card thing got declined." And then like an hour later, Tim's like, "What the fuck?"
Well, and then we have this reporting from Amber Duke from the Daily Caller. The DC Comedy Loft tells me that they are working on putting Timcast scheduled live shows back on the website and letting ticket holders know cancellation messages were sent in error after Tim talked about the issue on his podcast. The links are live, and the Culture War's back. We got it back, guys. They reversed it.
Time to head to the DMV, Tyler, and expedite that thing.
Hey Tyler, do me a favor. Can you go to the Loft's X page and see what the picture is? Because somebody sent me a picture of what the Loft looked like, and I was just like, "Wait, what?"
You could just watch the last Culture War. That's the
No,
place
it's not the
right
same
there.
place.
Yeah.
It's not.
No.
Oh, I thought it was.
I as someone who was actually there, like I can tell you that is not where it was. Where we were was in the National Harbor area. I'm not going to get into too many specifics with that, but
I was told that there was no AC at that one, so hopefully there's AC at this one.
oh, dude, man, that was actually one of the things. I think me and several other people who went on stage, one of the things we looked for was like, was there a pit stay and how big was it, kind of thing. But yeah, no, it was bad. It was bad.
Oh, Tim Pool
This is what
reposted
I want to
this.
see if it's on their X page. I just sent you what I got sent earlier today, and I was like, "Wait, what?"
It's DC Loft in Beertown, Baron Tavern. Is that what it is?
Wait, I just clicked the link. Where'd it go? It just says DC Comedy Loft. It just says the Comedy Loft.
Okay, so it doesn't have that weird ass
Look at the screen.
flag picture.
No, this is their symbol.
Okay, no, I was talking about on X.
Oh, I don't know. I don't even know if they have an X.
Because the place I'm looking at, the Comedy Loft or whatever, has like a pool table in the background.
Yeah, I'll
So
beat you guys on
apparently it's
pool.
not just the Comedy Loft. Apparently it's the Comedy Loft and beer something. So, anyway, I can tell you this place is way nicer than where we went. Where we went was like a renovated building that basically they I'm not going to get into it too much, but it looks like they basically rented out a room, put up a curtain around the entire thing, had a stage up front, and that's where they had the show. And honestly, if it was just bigger and had better AC, it wouldn't be bad to go back there. We wouldn't have food, which would kind of suck, but
I was laughing because I got caught off guard. This is where the James O'Keefe video got paused.
Dude,
So-
that's like the best
That's a
Hermadur right
face. That is a face.
But
That was the face of every Timcast member last night when the Loft canceled the event.
this is the fake when they
Mhm.
make another $9 billion selling you cancer. I just took a screenshot of it and I'm sending it to Joey. You're welcome, Joey.
Did you take
Anyway.
a picture of me is what you just did?
No, I took a picture.
Okay, I'm sure somebody will eventually.
Oh, eventually. No, here, I sent it to you. So yeah, James O'Keefe got yet again, because James O'Keefe, being the legend he is, releases another fucking video with another major story relating to the J&J stuff. So Johnson & Johnson getting hit again. Baby powder cover up. Johnson & Johnson lead scientist, again, the lead scientist, and executive, and the executive, he got the executive too, admit baby powder contained cancer-causing heavy metals. That is not your father's J&J. They don't really give a shit about people. It's not the talc itself that gives you cancer. It's the heavy metals that are in there.
That's one of the things. I don't really want to get into the whole like conspiracy theory on shit or anything like that, but one of the things that's not being talked about is the vaccines that essentially were approved for a lot of things are not the current vaccines. For example, if you look at what was approved for certain shots for viruses of an unspecified origin, what was approved was big long string of letters and numbers here.
Yeah, some scientific gargle.
Yeah, and then what was actually given to people was this one, which is a different long string of letters and numbers. And if you look into the formulations of these things, they were not the same.
Nope.
Yes. They'll, but yeah, like I've heard leftists say is like, oh, well, that's what they built it off of. I was like, well, then they got to get approval for the next thing. Duh.
Yeah, if I change the ingredients and then you're not sure if the ingredients are the mixture of ingredients is safe.
I mean, technically, a roast beef sandwich and a hamburger have most of the same ingredients.
Yeah, but what if I'm allergic to roast beef?
I don't know what to tell you there, man. Hamburger is beef, and they're both beef, so it's both beef. And I don't know why we're having this discussion because they're both beef.
T-Bone love meat.
No, T-Bone doesn't like roast beef.
Okay.
Well, what I'm trying to tell you is,
fine.
according to Pfizer, they don't give a fuck.
I get it. I know what you're saying.
Sorry, Stark.
Ignoring that.
I don't mind some roast beef, and sometimes no.
T-Bone prefers his mushroom.
Yes. Anyway, I was gonna say something, but I'm not going to. Anyway,
yeah, she's
from what I understand, he's very vegan in what it is that he actually consumes. He eats yogurt regularly. He has his mushroom, and occasionally
he likes to put his yogurt on top of the mushroom.
Exactly. So what's wrong?
Every
Don't
once in a
mind
while,
me, I'm
like
having allergies.
every
I
once
like
in a
how
while, he
me-
likes some cheese with his mushroom too. You know.
Yeah, he likes some cheese. I like how me and Tyler systematically destroyed Nora last night. She was just dying.
Occasionally, he goes for chocolate.
Oh my god. Okay, we're getting away from this.
Only his boss.
So yeah, we have another
That
video.
wasn't what I was talking about, but okay, Joey.
We have another video from James O'Keefe, from the executive, and again the lead scientist. That lead scientist is 100% losing his job.
Losing his life, more like.
Losing his life. I mean, we now have two stories. The lead scientist got caught talking about the vaccine. Now he's caught talking about putting heavy metals into their baby powder. I mean, let's see the video.
This is not your father's J&J. I don't think that we
I can guarantee that all their lawsuits that they were trying to settle are kind of flare back up now that they have this, because they tried to settle them under false pretenses.
What's up, Wolf Blossoms?
I forgot you guys can't hear it because of my setup. There you go.
It's okay. I was reading the subtitles.
I have to know.
when I started.
Look, I have an Asian wife, okay? I watch many things with subtitles.
You're okay.
What happens?
So I manage all the baby products.
No.
So I actually
I watch subs too. Don't worry about
No,
it.
Joey.
I was working on that. So the heavy metals, it's not the talc itself that gives you the cancer, it's the heavy metals that are in there.
In a shocking revelation,
Why did they put the heavy metals in there?
Johnson & Johnson is not only aware of the presence
A
of
lot of people
asbestos
like
in their
rockets.
various products, but they're also aware of dangerous levels of heavy metals used in their products, metals that cause grave health issues, including
Aren't there government agencies that have regulations against this shit?
Yes.
How do they just openly know that? And they're just like, yeah, we do it. That's fine.
Because the government lets them. Can I have a
Because
question?
they would rather pay the fine than
Mhm.
actually fix it because it costs them less.
They
That's
can afford the
true.
spine
Yeah.
too. Yeah. That's why I said they should. Teacher, are we doing a reaction video to this whole thing?
To the whole thing? No.
Oh,
It's
okay. I
12
was just
minutes.
checking.
What the
Oh,
fuck
I
did
know,
you
but
send me?
Tyler's done reaction.
Nora?
He's done reaction videos before, so I was just asking. That's all.
No, not the whole thing. I just want to get the highlights.
Cancer. Heavy
Oh,
metals
okay.
inside of their baby powder products has never been shared with the public before until now.
Do J&G products cause any harm? Does this cause a lot of harm to
How fucking stupid do you have to be for a date to ask you that? And you're just like, oh yeah, the place I work, we hurt all the people, everyone.
Oh yeah, by the way.
What do you do for work?
It is 5:01 where I'm at,
Oh.
so unfortunately I do have to go. I apologize, but
All good.
you guys continue on, have fun.
What do you
I
do for
have-
work?
Drive
What's
safe.
I will not be back for anybody else's show, so you
Not even the weekend kickoff?
Well, I'll be back for the weekend kickoff, but I
course
won't be
he'll be here
back
for the
for
kickoff.
anybody's show before like 8:15, basically. So
Cool.
you guys have a wonderful evening and enjoy your James O'Keefe. I don't know. I feel like T-Bone was involved in one of these stings at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, some of those guys that are in there like talking, and they needed like someone to go in there and like ask
Yeah.
questions.
Okay. Yeah.
The gay date?
James O'Keefe should look into hiring T-Bone, definitely.
No way.
I
T-Bone
thought
be like,
T-Bone would do
whoa,
all
you
this
work
stuff.
for Pfizer? Whoa.
Oh,
That's
And
amazing.
you guys,
like,
But
harm
that's
people?
literally what
Can you
these
tell
leaks are
T-Bone
like,
some
though.
more?
T-Bone would talk in the third person. T-Bone
That's sorry. Go ahead.
no, T-Bone would talk in
T-Bone.
the third person and would expose T-Bone.
But that's well, maybe, but that's literally what these things are like. They're like, oh wow, you work for Pfizer. That's so cool. Can you tell me about what you guys are doing? And then like continue on later and be like, oh really? You're hiding shit? Like what? T-Bone would really want to know about that. And that's literally what these that's what these leaks are, is drinking alcohol and getting them to basically sit there and be like, wow, yeah. Tell me more
Jengar
about
said, "Who the
yourself."
f is T-Bone?" Some guy on a Discord we frequent.
She
Anyway,
knows who T-Bone is.
I thought
She should know
T-Bone
who
was
T-Bone
there
is.
in the thing.
yeah, T-Bone's been on my
She knows
show.
who T-Bone is.
Anyway,
Brett Mack
later,
banned
Matt Stork,
her
you gotta
from
go.
Okay,
IRL.
but
Bring back who?
Brett Mack banned her from IRL.
Oh,
Well-
for what?
She kind of dared him, though.
I didn't know
Oh.
that. It's like I just know
Yeah.
that she got banned from IRL.
Yeah, I forgot what was happening, but there was like some sort of thing that Brett Mack was acting like a little shithead on, and I think she said, "I dare you to ban me," and then he.
Oh,
I cut Joey off. Joey, I was moving your camera. I cut you off.
What was the
Well,
last
tell-
thing you heard me say?
That she dared, and then
Oh yeah, it was over just some like I think Brett was treating someone badly, and we were like, it might have been Pudding actually.
she said she didn't say
And then
that.
we were, okay.
Killing It Sense said some gay guy. Correct. Just like this gay guy. Well, maybe he's not gay, but he's trying way too hard to talk to this chick, I guess. That, you guys just harm people? Oh, yeah. Because it's caused a lot of harm to women, right? With ovarian cancer? What?
women, right? With the ovarian cancer.
It has. Oh.
You really think that this is the kind of conversation that's gonna make a woman's panties drop?
That's why I'm like, are
Really?
you not in the least bit suspicious that she's some kind of journalist? Like, I make the joke that it's James O'Keefe, but like, you're not even like, oh, it's some journalist asking me this right now.
They're not even like asking these questions cleverly. They're like, it's like so leading. And
It's
they're
blatant.
So stupid. These
I
guys.
think maybe it's
Like-
what you were saying, Joey. Maybe this executive wanted to blow the whistle, but he didn't want to like come out directly, you know? So then it's just
I don't know
this
if
chick
that
like
was me or
asking
Matt
questions.
Stork.
Or maybe
Someone's
he
mentioned
just
it.
got so inebriated that he just had no qualms just saying it.
Look, things happen, especially in a company like J&J that hundreds and hundreds of thousands of employees around the world.
Well, things happen, especially in a company like J&J that has hundreds and hundreds of thousands of employees around the world.
He does sound drunk.
You know, things are going to happen, unfortunately.
Do they believe that talcum causes cancer?
I looked into it very closely, but they just couldn't. It wasn't. I guess in their minds, statistically significant enough that they felt that it was some kind of like serious type of an issue. How do I know that didn't cause my sister? She had ovarian cancer.
Johnson & Johnson.
Wow. Doesn't even care that dude, you're the executive of the company, and you're like, yeah, my sister could have gotten ovarian cancer from our product. That's wow. Okay.
How's this not enough crime just to shut down the whole company entirely? Like, fine, shut the company down.
And like Nora said, he's clearly like a little tipsy, slurring his words.
Yeah. I'm sure he's elegant.
What? Did I freeze?
Yeah.
Oh, we lost Joey.
Oh no!
I was like, what?
Oh,
I thought I froze.
No, he's back. He's gone. He's back. He's gone.
He's back. He's gone.
He's
Okay.
being anhesh.
I'm gonna
He's
turn
in. He's out. He's in. He's out.
Turn his camera. I'll turn his camera off until we get him.
I
back.
lost internet for
Are you back?
literally a second. Yeah.
Hello. That's crazy. You didn't even move. Look, he's still in the same position.
I lost it for a second. It went away. I just wait. I was like, I'll wait 30 seconds to see if I have to get up and do something, and then it just came back.
That was the 30 seconds that TJ has to steal from you every day.
TJ
Every
just
day I
stole
lose
your
30 seconds of life.
All right, we'll play the rest of this a little bit, and then there was another story I wanted to talk about. Joey, I guess Sean is doing a show today, so I'm writing out to Sean today.
He is? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought he was. I figured he wasn't because he's on the road.
He messaged, look at the repo chat. He said he has a whole thing planned, so. I don't know. Anyway.
An executive David Altman tells us on hidden camera that he suspects that his own
He told
family
me I
members
should tune in.
have been affected by Johnson & Johnson's own baby powder.
The reason why I'm staying is because the company, in my
I
case,
thought that was his own
being as
DMP.
old as I am, I'm getting a major reward for longevity, and they pay me a lot of money to do this now.
Yeah, they pay me so much money. I just like so much that I don't even care what we do to people. It's disgusting, man. That's disgusting.
You're not like reporting me, are you?
Oof.
But I don't want to be on the news tomorrow. Oof.
Look, I don't want to be on the news tomorrow. You're not recording me, are you?
I'm not saying what type of doctor it was.
Promise?
I promise.
I promise.
Damn, bro.
Yesterday,
Are you a cop?
You're not going to be on the news tomorrow, but you're definitely be on James O'Keefe tomorrow.
Very different.
Joey, are you a cop? You have to tell me if you're a cop.
Oh, you would tell me. If you don't tell me, then it's entrapment.
It's a little bit different for a journalist.
But it's also not against the law for a cop to not tell you they're a cop. Anywho.
we showed you a video of Joshua Reese, a lead regulatory scientist at Johnson & Johnson, who revealed to our undercover journalist the reckless process J&J used in creating the COVID vaccines.
There's no proof. I mean, none of that stuff was safe and effective. Let's test it on some, lab rat models, analyze and see if it works and stuff like that, and just throw it to the wind and see what happens.
Joshua Reese, the lead regulatory scientist, didn't just speak about the messy creation of Johnson & Johnson's COVID vaccine. Reese went on to speak about the controversial product that J&J created as well, their own baby powder. For decades, Johnson & Johnson has faced lawsuits with allegations of the presence of asbestos in several of their products, including baby powder, products that Joshua Reese, as the lead regulatory scientist, directly oversees. In a shocking revelation, Joshua claims that Johnson & Johnson is not only aware of the presence of asbestos in their various products, but they're also aware of dangerous levels of heavy metals used in their products, metals that cause grave health issues, including cancer. Heavy metals inside of their baby powder products has never been shared with the public before until now.
Yeah. Give me the tea. I have to know.
So when I started working on the consumer group. So that was actually one of my, Johnson's was one of my brands. So I managed all the baby products.
No.
So
I feel like I'm gonna get copyrighted by the music.
One of my Johnsons.
Because I talked to toxicologists that worked on that stuff. I trust them with all that. Talking about the COVID vaccine. So it was actually the product itself. It was an impurity. So naturally, talc comes from mines, and the mines don't have, I guess, 100% accurate standards. Oh, really? So it's like the heavy metals. That's not the talc itself that gives you the cancer. It's the heavy metals that are in it. But now we still have to. So the other interesting thing is that we have to split the company. Because now all these products are owned by a completely new company. I was worried about the music.
What happened was not only do we sell it, but J&J agreed to keep this lawsuit.
So, wait, so J&J is keeping the lawsuit, but the product's being moved to a new company.
Yep.
Wow.
That way they can keep the product on the market without having to stop it.
Look at that face right there. That's a face right there. Like, yeah, we're giving people cancer.
I just don't understand how, like, it takes a mountain of evidence to bring any of this shit down. Like, this is crazy. Like, if you opened up a lemonade stand and the government told you to shut it down and then you did this, they'd fucking come after you and crush you. But, like, these companies are just allowed to do whatever the fuck they want.
And then it's just an open secret within the company.
Yeah, like, they're literally just going to give it to a different company to keep doing what they're doing. How is this not a complete attack on the American people? Like, it's literally an act of war, in my opinion.
This is an attack on children, even. This, you're putting cancer. Well, children, people care more about children than regular people, Joey.
When they're not people, Tyler. No, I'm kidding.
No, children aren't people. They're vastly separate. People differentiate between them, quite often. Anyway,
women and children.
Anyway, no, yeah, I'm not gonna react to the whole video, but if we don't see anything from this, then like, what do we do, Joey? Like you've said, we're at the point where we can't vote our way out of this.
I don't know. There's no voting our way out of this type of corruption. That's for sure. Like, because Donald Trump is not going to do this to big companies, because that would frighten big companies, because the big companies want to have this unfettered power. So if he started, like, if he went into Johnson & Johnson and said, your whole shit shut down, the other companies would retreat over that. So he's trying to, obviously there's a balance there, but like, realistically, if you talk about justice, these types of companies that do this shit need to be just shut down immediately. They're complete subversion and attack on the American people. They're literally poisoning us, and then the government lets it happen. How is that, like, not grounds for something bigger?
Shitty Gov said, Joey, it's okay because they're too big to fail. They can do whatever they want to kids because economy.
Yeah, basically, it's a joke. It's a joke. Like, whenever you think about justice, and we need to get justice, and in the end, justice prevails. No, it doesn't, bro. These companies can do whatever they want. And unfortunately, the way the world is set up, we can come after these companies with an iron fist, and then they will just go to China and keep doing, like, but at least they're not doing it here. They could do it. You want to poison your, but that's the thing. China won't allow them to do that either. China will literally watch you. And this is something the United States should do too with international companies. And maybe they should do it with all their companies, honestly. If you're subverting and completely trying to destroy the citizenry, we should know about that. Okay? And like, you can't be allowed to do that. And that's what they're allowed to do. And it's a joke.
Well, it's the same thing like you're saying. If you have if your company has a vast effect on the population at large, that is 100% within the government's interest to make sure you're keeping people safe. You're not doing things in an unsafe manner. The private companies that create the nuclear bombs, they are 100% being oversight by the federal government. I'm not saying everything's like a nuclear bomb, but that's just one example of private companies make the thing, but the government makes sure they do it right.
What is the one thing that we all mostly agree on that the government's role is to protect the rights of the citizens?
It's
so
life. Yeah, protect your life, liberty, and your pursuit of happiness. That's the main role of government.
And what these companies like Johnson & Johnson do when they essentially give you cancer is they affect all three of those things.
They affect you. Yeah, they affect your life, your liberty to make decisions for yourself, and they affect your pursuit of happiness by potentially having health effects.
Yeah. They literally, all three of those things, they're literally an invading force against the population of the United States. The government should absolutely do something about that. That's why I always suggest to send the military in and seize their assets. Because it's an invading force. How is it anything but an invading force? Somebody play devil's advocate, please.
You have thoughts on this, Nora?
Where's TJ?
No, I don't really have any thoughts on it.
It's just disgusting. It's disgusting that companies can get away with stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's an invasion from within.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then you couple that with the story I was talking about earlier, where Tulsi Gabbard's, declassifying all this stuff relating to our own government trying to subvert the will of the people with the incoming administration and stuff like that. So you have private organizations that see no repercussions. You see administrations that see no repercussions. And the entire goal seems to be to undermine the American people. They don't give a fuck. It's all pursuit of power and money.
It just makes me really sad when we have all these organizations that can physically hurt their consumers repeatedly, and the consumers have no other viable options besides the products that hurt them. Yeah. And we're just getting fed the same exact bullshit lines over and over and over again, and the products are just getting worse, and they're making us sicker, and these companies are getting richer to make us sicker, and it just, I'm not okay with it. And I can't wait for RFK to ban all these stupid dyes and everything else, because they were already banned in Europe. We already know that they're bad for us. Why do they keep feeding us all this poisonous crap?
And I don't, I'm going to say the magic word. I denounce Luigi Mangione entirely, but it's stories like this that we were just talking about that drive people like Luigi Mangione to do what he did. It's companies that don't give a fuck, and they knowingly hurt people.
Yeah, that's like when I spoke about how I could see his point of view. Like, you could see why someone would come to this conclusion, because it's like, most people associate the CEO as being the person who controls a company. So when you see companies doing stuff like that, you're like, what other course of action do we have? And it's sad that we're getting to that point. But like, at some point, more people are going to see it that way, especially if nothing gets done. So if these companies if these CEOs and stuff don't want to have to live in fear, it's like, dude, people are like saying, just stop doing this shit. It's not like these profits will go away if they just stop poisoning us. If anything, they might increase.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are they doing this intentionally? Because it will cost a lot of money.
Because they will take a hit in the immediate, and they don't want to take that hit.
That's just like.
No, Jengar, what I'm saying in relation to Luigi Mangione, to quote Jengar, she said, to murder a CEO of a company whose services they don't use, ? No, what I'm saying is the reason Luigi Mangione did what he did is because he saw Brian Thompson as a figurehead, as a symbol for what he was actually going against. And the idea was that company was purposefully denying claims, and people were dying as a result.
Allegedly, they had came up with an algorithm that would deny more claims. Allegedly, I don't.
Yeah, so it's not that. Yet. Yeah, I'm not saying people use this product and then they want to go hurt CEOs and stuff like that. What I'm saying is that stories like this, people see it, whether they use it or not, will see that you're hurting people and you don't give a fuck, and then they also won't give a fuck anymore, and they'll do dumb things too. Is what I'm saying.
Like, let's say you have a sister that got one of these like cancers, and then you see this guy admitting this.
The own executive said his sister probably got it from his product.
Yeah. And then, like, you see them, they're creating another company to continue to push out these products as they're in the middle of a lawsuit. It's like, dude, I could see how somebody would get so fucking in a rage about that, because it's bullshit that this is allowed to happen.
Absolutely.
So if the government is not going to do anything, if everyone we elect is not going to do anything about it, people get into that mindset.
Yeah, they're allowed to create a shell corporation and throw the product underneath the shell corporation, so they still keep control of the product, and they still keep control of all the money.
But if you don't pay your taxes, Nora, they're going to send you to the fucking box.
Midwest Mystery.
Gestapo's coming for you.
Midwest Mystery nails it right here. Eat your poison, lifelong illness, lifelong medication, crazy health insurance cost. What's left? Funeral cost. You exist to generate money for the elite.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what does killing the CEO do? They're just going to hire another one. I'm not saying that they're right or that it fixes anything, Jengar. We've had the conversation before. I think there's a miscommunication happening.
Yes, it's just like this is the way that they're seeing it.
I prefaced my comment with I would denounce him every day of the week. I'm just saying that this is what causes people like Luigi to do it.
The line of thinking is like, if I do this to the CEO, then the next one in there is gonna, not want this to happen to him. So maybe he will change his attitude towards things.
Yeah, I do
want they're
trying to change by fear.
Yeah, let's say like 3 CEOs end up, what I'm saying? Like, then the next one's going to be like, all right, well, I better I don't want to get killed. It might make people not want the positions.
That at least that's what they think. We're not saying that it actually works. We're just saying we're playing devil's advocate. That's how we clarify. We're playing devil's advocate.
We're just showing how you get to that line of thinking, and this level of frustration builds up, and some people see it this way, and this group of people that are cheering Mangione on and see it this way. And it's just showing how that you get to that point. And it's sad that we're at that fucking point. We shouldn't have to be at this point. But goddamn, what do we like? That's what I'm saying. What do we do when the government just lets these companies do this shit? We just sit here and take it. And I guess their mindset is, well, we could. Some people are like, well, we could try to, make our own food. We could try to change it at a local level. Blah blah blah. And their mindset is, holy shit, the sky is falling. And I could understand why one would think that, because the combo of us getting double penetrated by the government and big business, man, rough.
Like those weirdos who shot at Border Patrol agents. I'm not sure what you mean. I can come up with a justification for why they shot at Border Patrol too. It's just that I vehemently disagree with why they did it. Anyway, I want to move on to this next story. Do you guys have anything left to add on what we were just talking about?
Yeah. Well, Wolf Blossom said Luigi was a pawn. Yeah, nobody's denying that. We're just explaining how this is how left-wing terrorist cells get activated. Is the whole idea of getting emotional about every issue is that it's going to cause them to snap at some point. This is the line of thinking that they go through that causes them to snap. That's all we're explaining. I'm not disagreeing with anything you or Jen are saying.
Yeah,
all right, let's continue, Tyler.
Yeah, well, I could talk about that forever. Anyway, so I want to move on.
Talk about everything forever.
I could talk about everything forever. So I wanted to give an update to the ongoing Russia stuff, and tensions are beginning to increase yet again. The peace talks have completely fallen through. Russia says Trump's new weapons pledge is a signal for Ukraine to abandon peace efforts altogether. Yeah, so Moscow, U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to ramp up arms shipments to Ukraine is a signal to Kiev to abandon its peace efforts, Russia said on Thursday, vowing it would not accept the blackmail of Washington's new sanctions ultimatum. Trump announced a toughened stance on Russia's war in Ukraine on Monday, setting a 50-day deadline for Moscow to reach a ceasefire or face sanctions. The U.S. also promised more missiles and other weaponry for Kiev. So, Donald Trump and Congress has already voted to send more money to Ukraine. Donald Trump has vowed to send more aid to Ukraine. The government is fully backing Ukraine, whether we want them to or not. And I'm genuinely worried for you now, Nora. And I'm not even being sarcastic, because I have this other story. Look at this story from Fox News. Russia is now threatening the West with preemptive strikes as NATO looks to deliver Patriots as quickly as possible.
Yep.
Who would they hit first? They would hit Alaska first.
Yep.
They've already said they want it.
Now, granted, I know that we've got some pretty decent, missile defense up here. I know our military is very
doesn't mean you want to find out if they work.
Here. Here's my problem. I haven't wanted to say anything, but the last week I've been watching the planes fly, and our military, they're prepping.
They're mobilizing. Well, I mean, they have to, whether they actually think it's going to happen or not.
Okay, granted, once in a while, our Air Force, they'll run the planes through, they'll do their drills, they let us know. They put it out on the media all the time. Hey, they're going to be at the range. So if you're going to hear you're going to hear active shooting, don't call the police. It's the military. They're out at their range. If you hear drills, don't worry about it. It's the military. They haven't been saying anything, but I've been watching the skies, and they've been flying very, very, very low.
It's
a lot of personal planes.
It would be dumb for our military not to at least prepare in the
No,
event.
I know. That's why I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're preparing and they're watching, and a lot of personal planes are not flying in Anchorage right now.
Why are we going to sacrifice going into another war for fucking Ukraine?
Yeah,
why?
Why are we going to?
Why?
We're going to let
this is bullshit. It needs to fucking stop.
And you know what they're going to do is they're going to drum up propaganda and want me to be mad at the Russians. No, I'm mad at you for provoking them.
And then I'm going to get fucking drafted to go fight in Alaska for a war that got started with Ukraine.
It's unbelievable. They're going to send American sons and daughters to die for a fucking country that people can't readily point out on a map. And we're just supposed to, again, another thing that we got to just accept. Russia won't hit Alaska if they're going to strike. No. Alaska, they sold Alaska to the United States, so there'd be a reason for them to want it back.
They actually rescinded that.
Said they
rescinded
back.
they actually rescinded the sale on their part. Legally Russia rescinded the sale. They said it's theirs.
Well, Tyler, as I spoke about the other day on my show that everyone should totally watch about Marxism, one little decision at the end of World War II caused all of this cascading enemy effect in the next 100 years. And it's just wild
Joey,
how we keep doing things in these other countries and get us into other fucking conflicts.
And I don't know why the fuck we would want a war on our soil, even our own government. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. We haven't had a war on our own soil in almost 200 fucking years. And if Russia strikes Alaska, that'll be the first time since 1865, the American Civil War.
No.
What, the Mexican-American War?
World War II.
World War II, Pearl Harbor.
Pearl Harbor, Attu Island.
Okay, well, here it's counting, oh wait, I didn't read far enough, that's why.
Active battlefields?
No, you got to remember, we got hit in Alaska, too, during World War II. Most people do not
that's right. You're right.
You are right, I'm wrong.
Do not talk about Attu Island.
Yeah.
I remember that Fallout mission in Fallout 3.
Exactly. Attu Island is a fucking strategic point. There's nobody living out there because it's fucking barren, but we've got a base out there.
Jengar says,
I see what I did wrong.
Kamala let us know where Ukraine is. It's next to Russia.
The answer I had was for like legitimate war where enemies were occupying territory, not strikes.
He's talking about like battlefields and strongholds being captured.
If we're talking about strikes, then you're absolutely right.
But the Alaska one does fit that criteria though. So technically,
unless you count 9/11.
Yeah,
but that was an attack on our own government.
Yeah,
that was domestic terrorism. So
that was government assisted. So that's
Dick Cheney.
different.
But still, point still stands. Why the fuck would we risk any amount of territory of American soil for Ukraine?
Fuck Ukraine.
We've just decided that they're our allies no matter what, no matter how many times they try to subvert peace talks, which is they have done at least 700 times.
And you know why?
Yes, Israel did help with 9/11. Absolutely.
Well, Ghislaine Maxwell, her daddy, he was born in Ukraine. America has got another tie to fucking Ukraine that we do not need.
You know what the tie to Ukraine could be too is when you talk about the Ashkenazi Jews, a lot of them came from Eastern Europe, so a lot of them are in that Ukraine, Russia kind of region. That's the whole reason why the Russian Revolution in 1916, why they chose Russia as the first place, is because that's where a lot of them ethnically came from.
Mm-hmm.
And just to show people,
so there is that Ukraine-Israel connection there.
And just to show everyone, I have on screen here Google Earth. Guys, this is how close fucking Alaska is to Russia. This is Alaska right here.
We have less than 5 miles when
That's the gap.
freezes in the winter. Look, no, scroll in. Little Diomede versus Big Diomede. Go in on the island.
On that? Oh, yeah.
Go in.
It's frozen.
Go in.
Frozen.
Back out just a little bit. But yeah, you can see the island itself, Little Diomede versus Big Diomede. It's only 5 miles. And when it completely freezes, they do walk back and forth between the 2 islands. You know why? Look, go down. Scroll back down. Because their fucking family members live there.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's funny is that they're 23 hours in the future, too.
Yeah.
You could time travel if you live in Little Diomede.
Back out just a little bit. That little island. Go down.
This one. Yes. No. What about it? What do you want to see on it?
You're not. Scroll down.
No, go down a couple of clicks.
What?
Like, not that island.
Move the screen. No, not the island itself. Just move the island up.
Do you see there's a little landmass inside the water when you go down?
Up.
What do you...
Right there. Yes,
right there. That is a fucking island.
Yeah, that's Fairway Rock.
No.
You guys kept talking about the little island right here. I was looking at the little Diomede.
There's a big island and then there's a little island.
You little fuckers. I swear to God. This is the big Diomede. This is little
between the 2.
I can see it, yes. And then here's Fairway Rock. This is a different landmark. Point being, not far. This is not far at all.
5 miles. 5 miles.
Russia is closer to Alaska than Alaska is to California. Let's put it that way.
Well,
Mhm.
look,
Or
look at
even
Achu
Washington.
Island. Look at the Aleutians.
Yeah.
Look at how far Alaska goes. We're almost to fucking Japan too.
Jesus. Yeah, I mean, Alaska really, I mean, if you were to make an imaginary line, does cross the Russia line. So, I mean,
That's what I mean.
be
Like
like, right.
Alaska is it is historically their territory. They sold it to us, like
Bro,
you
the world's
said,
crazy
and they
about that.
do want it back. They've said that they want it. So if we
Yeah,
give
crazy
them a
how
reason to
far
go to
Russia-
I'm
war,
not speaking Russian.
well, that's
how
what
long would a
taking-
trip to
Melted
how
said
long
something in
would
the
a trip
chat
to
earlier.
Japan
What
be
he
for
said?
you?
He said, "Comrade Nora coming to you live from Russia, Alaska."
You gotta, you have to fly around the world. They won't go backwards. I don't know
Ooh.
why.
because
I
of the
will-
ice wall.
Yeah.
That's so silly. There has to be. Why wouldn't they go backwards? There got to be some sort of reason. That doesn't make any sense. What if you were to fly from Russia?
they have to go with the
right
rotation
there
of the
to
Earth for
Japan?
the
Would you
wind
still have to go
streams.
around? Oh, yeah, the wind streams. Like, look at this big perimeter thing around. Like, it's like circling Russia and Alaska. Like, it must be a big giant ice wall that we can't fly over.
Oh, clearly, yes.
Yeah, look at the polar ice. Oh, look at that. Where's Mars? Let's go look at Mars. Can we look at Mars? Google.
No,
Mars.
this is Google Earth. This isn't Google Mars, Joey.
Google Universe.
Look at Greenland over here. We should just own Greenland. I don't know why we don't.
We should just own fucking Canada. We should just
Look,
hostile take
just
over.
imagine being lost in the middle of the ocean over here, though. Just
Yeah,
fucking
we'll just end
nothing
up
on
in
either
Tasmania.
side forever.
You just end up in Tasmania. You're like, how did I get here? Oh,
Or
what's this? Like,
Hawaii.
is that the South Pole? Yeah, that's where there's a big entrance into. Actually, the South Pole. The South Pole is.
We just haven't unlocked that part of the game yet. That's why it's covered in
They're
clouds.
blocking the
Yep.
alien spaceship that is in the
Doesn't
South
want you to
Pole. That's why they're
yeah.
covering it.
Guys, I'm just wondering when the developers are gonna release this DLC.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's the giant ice wall, Tyler. At least the Hollow Earth.
But no.
Oh.
Godzilla lived.
So yeah, I'm excited for the coming Russia war. I don't know about you guys. Super excited.
Russia.
I can't wait to be drafted. I really am
we
doing
live in
nothing with my
interesting
life.
times.
We might as well
We live in
Fuck
interesting
this.
times.
live in interesting.
Fuck this. I don't wanna.
Well,
No.
How does it make you feel to
Stop
know
it. No.
how does it make you feel to know that if the Democrats won, you would have gotten it anyway? It really feels good knowing that you have no choices.
Isn't it nice that you only get it 3 months after or 3 months later than you would?
Yeah. Isn't it nice that we had some time of peace? You really got to appreciate the good times, you know.
Hey, but
Everybody
guys,
feels
but they
spoiled.
cemented the Doge cuts, Joey. They cemented some of the.
Yay.
They cemented 9 billion in Doge cuts. Yay!
What do you want from us? You want us
So
to
instead
continue to
of
be
big
good?
bombs, we're just gonna get little mini bombs. Yay!
Never.
No, stop it! Stop it now!
All right, let's get final thoughts. I want to head over to Sean. He is actually doing an episode I want to watch today, talking about the trans movement being defeated. I actually disagree with him, so I need to listen in so I can know what I disagree about. So anyway,
I disagree about something.
I do.
I don't know what, but I do.
There you guys go. You guys get the main stage here. If you guys want to close out, any final remarks, Nora, you being the woman, you get to go first. Tell us about how excited you are for the coming Alaska war with Russia.
Just know, Alaskans, we believe in gun rights. Most Alaskans open carry, so we are a fuck around and find out state. So don't.
And where can we find you, Nora? Can we find you anywhere?
Nope.
Find me on Outworld Live.
with Joey Cannoli.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Like,
well
yep.
there.
And
I
then
thought you meant like a
sometimes
Discord.
here, and then
I think it-
sometimes with Sanoski, and when Jessica gets
Sounds-
back from vacation with her.
Well, what show does Jessica have?
We have
What's her
Jessica's
channel?
got the last hour comedy and news.
What's the channel?
Amphibious Goddess.
Yeah, Amphibian Goddess.
There we go. Thank you.
Sorry, I had a brain fart.
You're okay.
Had a
Ambidextrous
brain fart,
Goddess.
damn it.
I was trying to help you. I couldn't remember the name either. Anyway,
I remembered it.
Joey, any final thoughts?
Catch me doing something later, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe later. Okay.
Maybe
Oh.
perhaps.
Oh,
Michael Rechtenwald.
Oh yes, Michael Rechtenwald on Sunday at 8 Eastern Standard Time.
I
Me,
will
Sean, and
catch
Nora
that
will
after.
gangbang him.
Yeah, I'll be busy. So you guys have fun with that show. I look forward to catching it when I come back.
He'll finally be able to talk about things without being interrupted constantly by guests.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you to Joey and Nora, both you guys.
Wait, should I say the other thing?
What other thing?
Say the other thing.
So Ian Crossland agreed to fire Outworld Live on Tuesday, so
Ooh,
have that too.
fuck yeah, dude.
It's been a busy week, I guess.
Hell yeah. Well,
Hell yeah.
There we go. So tune in Outworld Live if you're not already following them. Most of you, I'm gonna switch over to my camera later, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Most of you, if you haven't already, go and check out the interview I did with Ian Crossland yesterday. He said we would only talk for an hour. Joey called it. We talked for almost 2 hours, and we probably would have gone longer if I didn't cut it. But he said that he'd be more than happy to come on again, so he will be on again in the future. I really look forward to it. But thank you guys, as usual, for tuning in today. And yeah, make sure you tune into Joey's show. He's got some big guests Sunday. He's got Michael Rechtenwald. Was it, Joey? You're still here?
Yes.
Yes. And then he's got hopefully Ian Crossland Tuesday. So hell yeah. And then I'm going to send you guys over to Sean's Eye View. He's talking about the trans stuff and how the issue is no longer an issue. We won. So I'm going to go check that out. Later, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out. Goodbye.
What's new, Tyler? Today news, bringing headlines straight to you. From the wild to the absurd, we're dishing out the latest word. What's new, Tyler? Today news, hot takes and breaking views. Every story, something new. Stay tuned, we'll see it through. From the coffee shop to